I've just got back from 3 days on the Smoky Mountain 500, which was a really fun, rough, wet, and overly cold adventure. You definitely find out what gear works and doesn't work, and we're gonna cover that here. So today's video isn't gonna be about my full camping and riding gear loadout. I'll have a video link below for that, and at the end for everything that I brought with me. Today's ride is going to focus a little bit more on 3 pieces of gear I kind of brought for testing that paid off immensely. New set of tread for that beautiful Smoky Mountain 500 Georgia clay and water crossings. A heated vest, which was the best piece of gear I could have done. Cold nights, cold rain, cold. And possibly my new favorite piece of tech gear on the motorcycle that changed how I navigate and kind of how I film moving forward. The Smoky Mountain 500 is a famous tire killer. If you go on epic world-class highways like the Cherawala, let's try that again. The Cherawala Highway, a little bit of Tail of the Dragon, and then into deep sand, mud, tons of rock, and some of the most fun, if you want to go that route, water crossings you'll ever find. You need a tire that can cover all of these areas. I found that that perfect point on-road and off-road performance. So I brought the Dunlap D606 tires, definitely aggressive, probably going to be rated as a 40-60 tire, a little more aggressive than your standard 50-50 for off-roading. Starts at 40% on-road, 60% off-road. Nice and aggressive, and it felt great in the corners. The tread pattern, it is aggressive, but the highway is fantastic. I'm always that weird rider that feels more comfortable off-road than I do on pavements because most of my riding is off-road, and I only started riding a motorcycle about 2 years ago. No street riding before that. I felt great in the corners, could go through tight, felt great leaning. The Dunlap 606 was fantastic. Pretty firm. I've got about 1,000 miles on them now, easy for me to say. And the wear and tear is great. Yeah, I am extremely happy. They felt great and grabbed the mud and all the off-road stuff. Fantastic. Handled great on the road. So the Dunlap's 606D, I could not recommend enough. It was a great upgrade, and I felt much better on the Smoky Mountain 500 this trip than I did last time with a 50-50 at best tire, probably 60-40 tire that I used last time. Gear item number 2, but possibly the one I enjoyed the most. Upgraded the old cockpit section of the Himalayan with the GPS, dash cam, and TPS, which is nice, tire pressure monitoring system, which I do not have on this bike. The Auxo C6 Pro, installed shortly before this trip so I could test out on the trip. I have a unboxing review video I can post up right here. You can take a look at, also be below. But this is really the after the ride thoughts. Absolute home run. The unit itself, I think a 6 1/4 inch, beautiful screen. Brightness is great. The GPS connectivity is nice. The one change that I made from my last system, it has an independent GPS chip. So if your phone dies or if you fall in the mud puddle and kill your phone like I did on the Chattahoochee BDRX, you can still navigate your way out. A couple of the components, the tire pressure monitoring system, I was hoping, would work great. It is fantastic. As I mentioned already earlier, talking about the Dunlaps, Smoky Mountain 500 is a tire killer. Let me go back to that. The 2 people I'm riding with, my adventure buddy Barry and Nate, both had Michelin Anarchy Wilds great tires. Nothing wrong with those tires. Both of them got large punctures. This can be really rough on tires. So we constantly had to monitor their air pressure. We're letting some out, putting some in. And instead of getting off the bike, constantly checking it, I had a tire pressure system right in my GPS now. It has Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. I'm on an Android phone, so connectivity was great and fast. There is a front-facing and rear-facing camera. It gives you dash cam, which at first, when I installed it and I talked about it in my review video, I kind of rolled my eyes a little bit thinking I won't use that. On the ride to the Smoky Mountain 500 and the ride back, I left it on my rear facing. You have a rear view mirror, easy for me to say, at all times. Just really enjoyed it. But the better part of that, when you're an idiot like me, at times, I dropped the bike and I did not have my camera on, trying to be, give you all the good stuff on YouTube, right? Now this records files, so I can grab that file off of that. Just got to save it, press a couple buttons, lock that file and save it. So most of you probably won't use it for that, but it makes sure I get any last minute footage of me being an idiot on the road, on hopefully the route, the dirt, and also the front and back dash cam. So I really can't recommend it enough. It has been a home run and by far the GPS that I'll move forward with. That thing, if you haven't seen it, Auxo C6 Pro. It's AOOCCI. I'm hoping I'm saying that correct. Pronouncing it, spelling it correctly. Let's try that again. It is a beast of a GPS. Again, my review video, take a look at that. Cannot recommend it enough. There is an affiliate link down there if you're looking for a GPS, and this is not just because I have that affiliate link. All my reviews are going to be honest reviews, but I have fallen in love with this thing, and there's an affiliate link with a 22% discount. Not 20, not 21, 22 folks. But check that out. Really, this thing is amazing, and I did not think I would like the dash cam feature that much. I want to state again because it's a big game changer. This is my third GPS I had on here. This has a separate GPS chip installed on the unit. So some takeaways from anything with Android Auto and iPhone Apple Play, CarPlay, let's get there. You're depending on your phone. So, and it works fine for me. You put on your phone, you have all the stuff, you can store your phone for bad weather. Had a really interesting, let's go that route, mud hole I like to call a pot crater on the Chattahoochee BDRX. I went all the way down, almost sunk the bike. Wow. Not the best line to take. All right. We're just gonna take a breather. Got a little bike wash. My phone got a lot of water and it turned off the charging point just to save the phone. And I ran about a quarter of the day without any GPS or tracks. This has a built-in GPS. I think I need another cup of coffee. But it's a really nice unit because it just have that solo independent GPS unit in there as well. Gear number 3, literally I already love this thing. This was the perfect ride to test it out on. Saved my butt. Everybody else was freezing, even if we layered up. This is the Auxo heated vest. This thing is outstanding. So it doesn't plug into the motorcycle. You don't have to, keep connecting or disconnecting. There's a large battery bank in here. Charged overnight on my battery bank that I ride with. Definitely gave me all day heat. So the vest has 2 different zones, 2 different little buttons here. You have for the shoulder and for the back. So you can go red, which is very, very warm, nice and toasty. I rode in the blue. Didn't really want to sweat. It was outstandingly cold in the first place. So you can go blue, which is that medium heat. And if you just need a little kicker, you have the green. This thing, like literally, I knew I wanted to test it in the Smoky Mountain 500, and I knew it was going to be in the fall. But they just had a cold streak come in. Days before we left, it was in the 70s and 60s overnight. When we arrived, the first night was 32. I think then 31 and 38 overnight. Now the second part of that is just around camp and stuff. This thing was a home run. I'm all warm and toasty. Everybody else is all shivering. It's just the way it goes. But that means in the morning, you're leaving camp at 40, 45. I think like 46 degrees was our warmest push away from camp riding. And you got the wind, the moisture of the Great Smoky Mountains, which is an active rainforest. This is an absolute game changer. Since you're riding in a wet, cold environment, the Great Smoky Mountains, the temperatures can be dramatic. Once the moisture hits you at night or in the morning, 40 degrees, I mean, felt like in the 20s. I'm born and raised in Minnesota. I know cold weather, but you have that much moisture and it definitely feels colder. So this took the chill off, made riding much easier, and the battery does a really good job. Couple points I just want to touch on again. The nice thing about the X vest is it's not motorcycle. You don't have to plug it in, you know, to your power port there. So those options are out there. This is easier on and off the bike. It is powered around camp. It is powered when you're chilled to the bone and you just want heat right away. You just pop it on and power it on. I was able to charge the battery quite easily overnight each time. Actually charged in about an hour and a half to 2 hours for the next full day of riding. Leaving camp, riding, more windy, less windy, slowing down, speeding up. You're constantly changing your temperature. So right through my riding jacket, which is on top of this, I was able to locate the button, change the temperatures, do those type of alterations very easily. Very easy to interact with, even with gloves, because it's very tactile. You can feel the buttons and make your changes. So there you have it, the 3 big upgrades and gear changes I made for the Smoky Mountain 500, or any kind of cold weather riding especially. The new traction, the new tires, which so far I am in love with. The upgraded tech for safety and navigation, and something that I'm going to stick with on or off the bike. This is my new guy right here. Cannot recommend it enough, the Auxo heated vest. These can definitely make your Smoky Mountain 500 ride easier and better, any cold weather rides at all. I'll have some affiliate links below. They are affiliates. I didn't want to post these products until I had a chance to truly test and beat them up. And 3 days on the Smoky Mountain 500 in some very cold and rough conditions definitely allowed me to do that. These 3 are an absolute home run. Now, one of the questions I've been getting most often is, what is my complete gear setup? How I pack and what I pack. This is just kind of one of those items. But I do have a full gear setup, full packing setup. You can take a look at that video right here, and I'll put it down below as well. That'll go through my sleep system, camping system, the tools, everything that I bring, including my YouTube videos, what I bring to record all that information. So kind of a full setup. Check out that video. Don't forget to subscribe. You can see more of my information, how I pack, what I bring, and if you can, hit that like button below. Helps these crazy YouTube algorithms, kind of push the channel out. Don't forget to subscribe so you can see all of the muck and fuss, me acting crazy, and my gear reviews coming out each time. So I appreciate you guys. Don't forget, whatever you enjoy doing, find time to do it. Live your adventure, and we'll see you on the next one.